When I look at the pressure and the expectations that are on me from, outside sources, it's there's nothing that anybody could say or anybody could put on me that's bigger than what I already expect out of myself. So when I look at my intrinsic motivation and what the pressure that I feel from just myself, it's already bigger than anything else, right? And so, to say that I don't feel it from the outside wouldn't be true, because you do feel it, but it's also just like, okay, yeah, like that kind of aligns with what I'm trying to do anyways. Right. And then, of course, there's the other side of people saying, oh, like this and that, he's not going to do this, not going to do that. And I'm like, that used to, when I was younger, motivate me a little bit, and kind of like, I'm like, all right, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to shove it in your face.
Right, you're talking about the white noise.
Yeah.
People outside.
And now I feel like I'm more mature and sure of myself, that it almost is like funny. I'm like, when they say that, I'm like, you don't know me. Like, you've never even had a conversation with me. Like, that doesn't mean anything. It'd be like me going to a random person and telling them like they're a college student, like, you're never going to graduate. It's like, I don't know you.
It's irresponsible.
Yeah. And so, hopefully as I continue to build my presence in the MMA community, more people will get to know me, understand me through content like this, through content with the UFC, where they're seeing the way I train, they're seeing my dedication and how I live my life and what's going on in here, that they're going to be able to understand better. And whether they do or not, it's not really like that important to me. I would hope that they do, because I like when people root for me. Like, I don't want to be the villain. I feel like that's not really me. And so, it'll just take time though.
Sure.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that too, like the perception or persona you feel like you have to put on, because let's be real, the UFC is an entertainment business, so you do have to.
You're performing.
You got to perform, and so I've seen you. I know who you are, and then I see you have interviews, and you're very aligned with who you are, and I think that's great. But there are points where you know what you got to say, and you have to go out there and do it.
I think that I'm never going to say anything that I don't actually believe. So when I say things that like I want to be the UFC champion, I want to be the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world. At the same time, I'm not going to say that I am the best guy in the world right now. I think there's a lot of work to be done to get to that point. And so I feel like it might seem unrealistic to me to say I want to do this, but to me it's not. And at the same time, I also want to acknowledge that I'm not there yet. There's a lot of work to be done to get to that point. I feel very fortunate that my personality and with wrestling, the platform that I've been able to build, people have always wanted to watch me compete. They've always been interested in what I'm doing. When I was a young kid, 7, 8, there would be 50 people crowd around my mat to watch me wrestle at a tournament. That was like a normal thing for me. And then in high school, it was a little bigger. And then in college, it was like, I was pretty much the guy. And, now moving into MMA, like I'm the #1 prospect in recent memory, in my mind. And a lot of people want to see me compete. And so I don't feel like I've had to do anything out of character to get there. And that's just a blessing that I've been able to garner that. And it's not something that I really seek out. It's just kind of happened organically and naturally. And it's part of my job now.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed this clip, be sure to check this one out right here, because it's just as good, or maybe even better. Cheers.